Thank you, Victoria Monroe. What a beautiful beginning to a beautiful ceremony. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy's grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony. We are so fortunate and honored to have so many of you gathered here with us to celebrate the opening of our freshman campus. The vision for this game-changing school began over 3 years ago with the May 2010 Bond Initiative, which included a 9th grade academy that would unite all first-time freshmen in Harlingen for 1 year, who would then feed out to the 2 high schools. It has been a long time coming, with much planning and work involved by very many. And we have finally arrived. And I think that deserves a big round of applause. This unique school is deemed the epicenter of transformational change. It houses almost 1,300 students from all of Harlingen for their ultimate success in life. The experience here allows students the opportunity to hone in on their 21st century skills to become leaders who are ready for their future. As our students journey to discover their passions, they participate in project-based learning, a digital campus with a bring your own device technology implementation plan, as well as their choice between 12 career pathways with 5 distinct schools. This campus gives our students the feel of a university. Today we celebrate this unique school as we reveal the different components of it, including our namesake, our school flag, our 5 distinct schools, our Raven Rally, which is akin to an alma mater, and also our Cano Creek. We hope that you enjoy the program this morning, and again, welcome to the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. And now it's my distinct honor to introduce our Superintendent of Harlingen Schools, Dr. Arturo J. Cavazos.
Good morning. Somebody brought this nice weather, but boy, we're going to have a celebration anyway, right? Okay, so I have the distinct honor of introducing the special and distinguished guests, and I'm going to do it in groups, and so please hold your applause till everyone is recognized in that group. Starting with the very board members that had the vision of the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy, and that set the transformation in motion. Beginning with our president, Mr. George McShann. Please stand and be recognized. Our vice president, Javier De Leon. Mr. Greg Powers, our secretary. Ms. Berna Young, board member. Ms. Jerry Fleury, board member. Our past president, Dr. Cesar Maldonado. And Dr. Nolan Perez, who will be arriving in a little bit. Let's give him a great hand. Say that the board, with their steady hands, make certain that we are transforming responsibly the entire district, and I want to thank them for the phenomenal job they're doing. So let's give them another hand. Currently, the superintendent cannot do it alone, and so I have my senior staff members here, and I want to recognize them as a group. So Dr. Alicia Noyola, our assistant superintendent for curriculum. Julio Cavazos, our assistant superintendent for business. Oscar Tapia, Assistant Superintendent for District Operations, and the one responsible to making certain that we open on time. Get a good look at it. All right. Rosa Vargas, Assistant Superintendent for HR. Lori Romero, Executive Director for School Leadership. And Shane Strubart, Director of Communications. And of course, our Athletic Director, Randy Krieger. So all stand, give them a hand. From the city of Harlingen, we have our own mayor, Honorable Chris Boswell, please stand, and Victor Viala, City Commissioner. Victor. And of course, the reason we're here, and that's to honor Dr. Abraham P. Cano and his wonderful family, beginning with his wife, Mary Helen Cano, please stand. Ms. Anna Cano James, daughter. Ms. Michelle Proctor, daughter. Mrs. Lisa Baca, daughter. Mrs. Yvette Cano, daughter. Let's recognize her great family. Thank you. Then we have Dr. Cano's brothers. If they're here, please stand as your name is being called. Mr. Jose Jaime Cano, Mr. Omar Cano, Mr. Oscar Cano, Mr. George Cano, and Mr. Abel Cano. Let's give them a break. There's going to be quite a few people coming up to share their words and their welcome to the family. But I want to begin by saying this, that we mustn't forget that these are times of Thanksgiving. And we're right up at the heels of Thanksgiving holiday. And I want to recognize Dr. Abraham P. Cano's family because they are the true model of Thanksgiving. And we thank you for everything Dr. Abraham P. Cano did for this community. You all are known for being giving and having a legacy that carries on with his daughters and Mary Helen, who are looking for ways to continue to give back. Those of you that had an opportunity to see the beautiful display out front, Mary Helen, thank you for that. They're also looking for ways to contribute back as scholarship recipients to alumni that come out of Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. There were many that said it couldn't be done, and here we sit in the most beautiful campus that this district owns and the epicenter of our transformational change. This family, through Dr. Abraham P. Cano and through his now living family, is a role model for the rest of the city, the state, and the nation on how to responsibly and professionally give back to the very community they serve. These are transformational times at HCISD, both inside and outside of our classrooms. We are transforming public education in Texas and for the rest of the nation. Our transformation doesn't stem from the fact that we've opened this campus, the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Academy, but what the campus represents. It symbolizes a strong foundation our incoming freshmen will receive the first year of high school that will propel them to high school and future successes. It took the vision of many to get to where we are today, and on behalf of our more than 18,500 students and our more than 3,300 employees, as a superintendent, I serve you, and I want to thank you for being here, and more importantly, I want to thank the Abraham P. Cano family for what you represent, and this building is dedicated to Dr. Cano. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos. And now please welcome our president of our school board, Mr. George McShann.
Thank you, Mrs. Bauer. Good morning. Before I give my formal remarks, just share with you that this is a significant and emotional event for me. Dr. Cano's family and my family sort of grew up together. And I see the daughters, now your children, his grandchildren, Mrs. Cano. We think about all those times we had together. Remember when you all were just little kids. And what was interesting is that during the public school days, each one of the children had a mate. We had three, but we only had three, you only had four. So Yvette, you were ahead of Marlo and Sonia and Demetria, but we all were together. But I do know this. When you think of a model citizen you think of an American who lived the dream of Dr. Cano. And that's why we stand here today, because we know that education is the greatest equalizer that we have in this democracy. He demonstrated that. And this campus today is being dedicated in his memory. We know that as a result of that, the future is going to be bright. Now, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our Superintendent, Dr. Cavazos, it is with great pride and a privilege to welcome you to the grand opening and ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. As I stand before you this morning, I can tell you that this campus epitomizes Dr. Cano's vision that every student should be given an opportunity to reach their hopes and dreams in life. At Harlingen CISD, we talk a lot about transformation, but transformation isn't building new schools or giving every student a digital device. It is about how our schools, staff, and resources are used to engage and connect our students in their learning and create meaningful, relevant lessons of life. The Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy was designed with that in mind and will be a campus that is a model for public education in Texas and the nation. We know this because of the passage of the recent House Bill 5 by the legislature. The great thing about House Bill 5 is that it gets rid of the one-size-fits-all concept of students. Now students will have choices. Beginning in 9th grade in 2014, right here, students will be able to choose from one of 5 endorsements or pathways for their future for college and careers. That will give them knowledge and skills in business and industry, in public service, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the arts and humanities, and multidisciplinary studies. Our students will determine our future as a community and a region, and the Dr. Cano Freshman Academy will give them the tools they need to create a bright future for both them and us. Dr. Cano will say to you, live your life not as a candle dimly lit, but rather as a torch burning bright. Thank you very much.
Now please welcome our mayor, Mr. Chris Oswald.
Well, good morning. It's another great day for the city of Harlingen as you cut the ribbon and you celebrate the opening of this great new facility here in our community. And it's a great day for the Cano family. Congratulations to all of you. And it's a great, really a monument to a great man who led our community in so many different ways. And as we know, and as George mentioned a moment ago, education really is all about providing opportunity. And Dr. Cano was in so many ways all about helping people attain their educational goals and realizing opportunities that they might not otherwise have. One of those ways is through the creation of a medical school for the Rio Grande Valley. I know that Dr. Francisco Figueroa, the chairman of the chancellor of the University of Texas system, was here just a few weeks ago, talking to all the students about the prospect and the formation of a new university for our communities here in the Rio Grande Valley, together with the medical school. So for the last 15 years, our community has been working on the development of that medical school. And now it's a reality in that in the next few years, the campus of the Regional Academic Health Center, there across the street from Valley Baptist Health Center, 38 acres, 2 buildings that have already been constructed, academic buildings, and clinical buildings for the Veterans Administration will be part of the medical school, will be part of this new university. Dr. Cano was one of those physicians in our community who embraced that vision and that goal, because it really took a local medical community to say, yes, we want that here. We think that's a good thing for our community because we know of the opportunity that it can provide for our young people. And so he was part of that effort to bring a medical school, and now it's become a new university for our Rio Grande Valley, the new university which will bring together the Pan American campuses in Edinburgh and Brownsville and make us all one university, combining the RAC here in Harlingen with that. And so those are the kinds of things that he stood for. Those are the kinds of principles that we can all rally around, we can all emulate. Those are things that he helped us set an example for, and that we should follow in his footsteps to remember that laying the foundation and creating opportunity for our young people here in our community is the main thing that we need to do. We hope that all of these young people will embrace that idea, and that they'll realize that we're trying to create opportunities so that they can come back here, or they can stay here, and they can realize their dreams by living right here in the Rio Grande Valley and in this community. You know, I grew up, I was born and raised in San Benito, and when I got out of law school, growing up, I always wanted to live in the big city. So when I got out of law school, I moved to Harlingen. Well, Harlingen was a big city to me, and it had opportunity. And now we're creating more opportunity, and it's because of great men like Dr. Cano that we've realized this opportunity. So congratulations to the school board, congratulations to the public and the taxpayers. And so students, go home and thank your parents for this beautiful new building because they voted to have it. And congratulations to Dr. Cano's family for realizing this great dream.
Thank you, Mayor. We could not be more honored to have our school named after the prominent and well-respected physician, Dr. Abraham P. Cano. At this time, his daughter, Mrs. Anna Cano James, will present a tribute of his life. Please welcome Mrs. Anna Cano James.
Good morning. My name is Anna Cano James. My father was Dr. Abraham P. Cano. On behalf of the Cano family, I would like to thank Dr. Cavazos, the Board of Trustees, Ms. Bauer and the Academy staff, and the community for the opportunity to be here today to celebrate Harlingen's newest school, the Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. We are honored to be here to celebrate this very special academy, and how pleased our father would have been to walk through the hallways of this beautiful, state-of-the-art 21st century academy. Today is a day for our students and future students to begin building their dreams and skills to achieve their goals. Our father believed that if students were encouraged to do well in school, they would become model citizens, and the key to success was education. Education, he said, promoted knowledge by incorporating valuable information that is used in everyday life. As we look around at this amazing facility, it is clearly evident that the students of Harlingen have been given this opportunity to find their passion while nurturing their dreams for college and a career. Our city and the community has invested time, energy, and valuable resources to inform, excite, and encourage our students about the opportunities that await them by creating the pathways to higher learning and education. Our father would be so very proud of the school district and their accomplishments, and on bringing such a beautiful school to our community and their mission of emphasizing college and career readiness. Our father was a man that inspired many, both the young and the old, to follow their dreams. His journey began from very humble beginnings, and at a very young age, he was taught the importance of hard work, honesty, integrity, trustworthiness, and giving back to the community, and the importance of receiving a good education. His legacy of giving and inspiring both the young and the old will continue to live on in all of the students that will attend this academy and our community's future generations. Our father believed in setting goals, having dreams, working hard, and helping others. His famous words to many were, "You are the pilot, and you are in charge of your own destiny. You don't have to be smart to be successful. You just have to have the want." His advice today would have been, embrace the opportunity and soar to greatness. Here is your opportunity. It is being offered to you by the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District, our city leaders, and the community. Thank you for being part of this day.
This is a result of education in Harlingen and in the university. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. I am the pilot now, and I was left in charge. And I will be in charge, and I would hope that with the help that we do with our scholarships, the Abraham P. Cano scholarships, our students will take advantage of it and excel. And like he said, you don't have to be the top student. You just have to have the want and the desire to educate yourself and further yourselves and to help your families. Family is the most important thing that we have. If you don't stand together, you will not succeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Cano James. There we go. At this time, I would like to welcome our school ambassadors to the stage, who will present tokens of appreciation to the Cano family. Rebecca Anderson, the School of Education. Miranda Del Valle, the School of STEM. Norman Torres, the School of Health Sciences, Jordan Hamilton, the School of Business, and Jacob Hallett, the School of Liberal Arts. I would like now for Mrs. Mary Helen Cano, Mrs. Anna James Cano, Mrs. Michelle Proctor, Mrs. Lisa Bata, and Ms. Yvette Cano to please stand and join us on the stage as we present you with tokens that establish you as honorary CFA Ravens. And know that you are and always will be a part of this very special school. So if the Cano family will join us. think it's a picture moment. Thank you very, very much. Our school has the distinct honor of the third flagpole in which to fly our school flag. At the beginning of this school year, we had a contest for students of our legacy class 2017 to design the flag that will forever fly over our school, and also a victory flag that will be carried during our sporting events. Today we reveal our school flag as well as our victory flag and their designers. Please welcome the designer of our school flag, Ms. Adi Villanueva. I was visiting with her in my office the other day as we were planning this, and I said, do you realize that the flag you designed, and you're going to see the flag in just a few minutes, it will always fly over this school. And when you come back to visit when you're my age, and we're not going to talk about that, you will still see your flag flying over this school. What an honor. So let's give Adi Villanueva. And the designer of our victory flag, Ms. Eileen Fuller. Now bear with us, we will reveal the flags because we wanted to fly it today, but again, the weather is very cooperative. So we're going to begin with our school flag. Not quite like JROTC, but we're going to get it. And now our victory flag. Can't wait to use them. Thank you, ladies. Don't leave. What a distinct honor this is for you. Congratulations. And we will be raising our flag hopefully on maybe tomorrow. The sun will come out. If not, on Monday. And we do have a token of appreciation for our design winners, and so I will present those to them. Let's give them another round. We practice this at Shore. And it's stuck. There we go. Our School of Business offers the following courses for our freshmen who are interested in pursuing a degree in business: business management and administration, finance and marketing, hospitality and tourism. And now the School of Education. I guess I should count. There we go. Our School of Education starts students off with offerings not only in the career pathway of becoming educators and administrators, but also in human services. And now the School of Health Sciences. Pharmacists, technicians, as well as physical and occupational therapists. The School of Liberal Arts. Our largest school offers our students' career in pathways in audiovisual, graphic design, and public law. The School of STEM. These are our 5 schools, and these are our 5 ambassadors once again. Please give them a round of applause. And now you're in for a real treat. It is my privilege and honor to introduce our United Women's and Men's Choir, both Gold and Navy, who will sing our Reagan Rally under the direction of Dr. Marcades from South and Mrs. Pitcock from Harlingen High School.
Cano Freshman Academy, see her glory and unity, raise her gold and blue and cheer with voices true, rah rah, for CFA. We will fight in every game, strong of heart and true to her name. We will never get her hand, we'll cheer forever loyal to CFA. Cheer, cheer for our Ravens bold, cheer for the Navy, cheer for the gold. Fighting hard will always be, ready to win the victory. We are the Ravens, we are the best. Show them your courage, beat all the rest. True to you for all to see, our honor and loyalty.
Thank you so very much. There's this secret, it's not really a secret, it's kind of a thing that I always talk about, that I don't cry. I don't cry at school. You can't make me cry. They almost made me cry. All right? Thank y'all so much. And now please welcome the president of our freshman class, the class of 2017, the legacy class of Dr. Abraham P.
My name is Lee Mai, and I'm the president of the Dr. Cano Freshman Academy Legacy Class of 2017. It is my honor to present the Dr. Cano Time Capsule that will be buried in front of our campus and will be exhumed in the year 2064, 50 years from now. We will take this year to collect items to be placed in the time capsule so that we have a good representation of items from the first school year. Some of the items that have been placed in the time capsule so far are memory cards by students in the School of STEM and Liberal Arts, DNA project by Mrs. Hall biology class, a Red Spirit shirt, and a top slogans and favorite things of the year, and a set of project-based learning communication cards to remind us that we were the trailblazers for our districts by implementing this collaborative model of learning school-wide. We might even play some technology being used that 50 years from now so we can be amused by it. I hope that when we open this time capsule 50 years from now, we will remember how being a part of something so exciting and innovative helps us shape into who we have become. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. And our time capsule's right there on the table, but we will take a year to fill it because we don't want to leave anything out. We're going to have a lot to put in it, though. We can't put everything in it. All right. I would like to close this wonderful ceremony this morning with a story. One of the hardest parts of planning this school at its inception was how we were going to unite our students for 1 year from all 5 middle schools, knowing that as freshmen and high school students they represent 2 distinct high schools, Harlingen High School South and Harlingen High School. When I was visiting 8th grade students before we opened last year, I asked the students if they were concerned about this, and one student said to me, "I am thrilled, Mrs. Bauer, that this freshman academy is going to allow us to make friends from across Harlingen, even if it is just for 1 year. We will have that opportunity. I get to spend a whole year with my friends from across town. We never had that opportunity before." This student said that this made her very happy and that she was excited about attending the Freshman Academy. And with that, I conclude this ceremony with our Cano Creed that embodies this attitude. Our paths have now met, and for a year we'll unite. We'll walk side by side, hand in hand we will fight. The day will soon come when our hands must unclasp. We'll go separate ways, but we'll cherish our past. One thing will remain and stay dear in our hearts. As ravens we met, and as friends we will part. Again, we'd like to thank everyone who contributed to the success of this ceremony. What a wonderful tribute to such a unique school, uniting students for 1 year as they journey to discover their passions. Many thanks to all our special guests, and especially to Dr. Abraham P. Cano's family, and especially Mrs. Mary Helen Cano. Thank y'all so much for being here. And what you represent. Please let us recognize once again the wonderful presentations by our freshman orchestras as you walked in, both our Navy and Gold, under the direction of Mr. Barker and Mr. Fiestas. Mr. Wade in the loft. Don't you love the loft? I love the loft. And now I lost my place. All right. And also our combined choirs, again under the direction of Mrs. Denise Pitcock, Dr. Marcades, also Mr. was thinking, I read the Constitution, I'm going to have 12 cheerleaders, 6 from one side of town, 6 from the other side, and then Dr. Cavazos called me into his office. He says, no, you're going to have 12 from this side of town and 12 from the other side, because that's what the Constitution really reads. You can't divide it. I said, okay, that's no problem. So when it was all said and done in March, we had our 24 cheerleaders, and I was their coach. Because I had no staff. I had just 24 cheerleaders and me. And we did a great job, didn't we, ladies? Yes, we did. I'm so proud of you. I want to acknowledge our Dr. Cano administrative team, for without this group of people, I could not be up here. This school wouldn't have the success that it already has. My 3 assistant principals, Mrs. Joy Hoplinger, Mr. Melvin Hadaman, Mr. Mike Solis, and I also want to mention our instructional coach, Mrs. Clarissa Rodriguez. As well as our teachers and students who are present. The rest are all huddled in the buildings over there because we didn't have as much room as I hoped we would have. But teachers and staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. 2 special teachers that I would like to point out. Miss Adriana Dominguez, are you here? She better be. Yes? Okay, well, she was the one that designed our Raven logo. And so, she better not have put in that she was absent today. Anyway, and then Mrs. Joanne Cisneros, one of our coaching sponsors who created our Cano Freshman. And Mrs. Joy Hoplinger, who wrote the words to our Raven Rally. We will close this ceremony with the ribbon cutting right here in the front of the stage. And right after the ribbon cutting ceremony, we'll have a reception in our ILC, that's the library. And if you would like to tour our campus in the rain, just let us know, and we'll be happy to tour you. But if you'd like to come back at another time and visit this beautiful school, we will be most accepting of doing a tour for you at that time.
Today is recognition of the 9th grade academy. The 9th grade academy is the first for Harlingen. And what's significant about this academy is that it gives students an opportunity to really excel and really reach their hopes and dreams in life. The education that will be provided will give student choices. No longer do we have the one-size-fits-all. Students have 5 endorsements or pathways that they will be able to pursue, and that was presented today at the Cano Academy. And those choices are STEM, education, liberal arts, business, and there's one other one I can't recall right now. But it gives students an opportunity to prepare for college and careers, and we're just very proud of that.
Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy is the epicenter of transformational change. We actually have 5 middle schools feeding into Dr. Cano Academy. Here, the 1,300 kids will then transition into our comprehensive high schools, but this is an opportunity, a one-year opportunity for the kids to really focus on their programs of study. It's a great time, it's a great opportunity for our kids. The Dr. Abraham P. Cano family is truly a giving family. It's a great family representing our building here, and it's named after a fine gentleman. He was about the community, he was about education, and he was about making sure all kids had an opportunity to access the great opportunities in this country. The Dr. Cano family continues to give back. They are a giving family, and in the time of Thanksgiving, we're really honored to have them here.
Today's such a special day for the Dr. Abraham P. Cano family as we do the grand opening and the ribbon cutting ceremony. The family is so full of emotion and joy all at the same time. This presentation was just, I think it was just so representative of who Dr. Cano is and everything that it embodies and what he embodies for our school. So it was a great day. Great crowd. Everybody's been so supportive of this school since the beginning, and we can't be more than thankful for that. Our first year, our legacy class, the class of 2017, they have set the standards so high with their leadership skills already and the way they've embraced the technology and the project-based learning that the classes that will come in behind them can only do their very best to meet that high expectation that has been set.
I feel like kind of special and honored to do this because we're tributing Dr. Cano, and I think it's a real privilege to remember him and have his family here and talk about him. And I think it's just really special that we're doing this for him.
I feel really honored to be here and have met the Cano family and have been able to present them the school and like the flags and everything, and it feels good to honor somebody who's such a part of this community.
I feel happy that we have a chance to make our mark first above all and set the standards high for upcoming freshmen.
I would tell the incoming freshmen next year to really try their best because freshmen is really it's the main one, and to enjoy their school year because it's gonna go by really fast.
I think it's really cool that we get to be the first class, and we also get to do the time capsule, so in 50 years later they can see how we were like. And when I was up there in the balcony watching over, I was just thinking about is anyone gonna ever remember this, and how they're gonna remember it, and what it was like, and wonder. And I think it would be really cool that we're the first class and we get to see and tell them how it was like back then right here.